Articles are like little words with a big job. They tell us about nouns. Is the noun specific or general? Articles help us understand. There are three articles, a, an, and the. We use them before nouns. For example, we say a cat or the cat. Understanding articles makes your English clearer. It helps you speak and write with confidence. This guide will help you master articles. We'll learn the rules and practice together. Let's begin. A and an are indefinite articles. They are essential parts of the English language and are used to refer to non-specific items or people. Understanding when to use a and an can greatly improve your fluency and clarity in English. We use them before singular nouns. Singular nouns refer to one item or person, but not in a specific sense. For example, when you say a cat, you are not talking about a particular cat, just any cat in general. These nouns are not specific. They can refer to any member of a group. This is why a and an are called indefinite articles. They do not specify which noun you are talking about. They can be any one of many. For instance, if you say a student, you could be referring to any student, not a particular one you have in mind. Think of it like this. You see a dog. It's one dog, but not a specific dog you know. You are simply referring to any dog that you see at that moment. It's one dog, but not a specific dog you know. This is the essence of using a and an. They help you talk about things in a general way. We use a before words that start with a consonant sound. For example, a book, a table, a university. Notice that university starts with a vowel letter, but the sound is a consonant sound, U. A table, a university. This is because the sound that follows AE is what determines its usage, not just the letter it starts with. We use an before words that start with a vowel sound. For example, an apple, an hour, an umbrella. Notice that hour starts with a consonant letter, but the sound is a vowel sound ow. An hour, an umbrella. This is because the sound that follows an is what determines its usage, not just the letter it starts with. Remember, it's the sound that matters, not just the letter. This is a common mistake learners make, but once you understand the rule, it becomes much easier to use a and an correctly. Now you're ready to use a and an like a pro. Practice makes perfect, so keep using these articles in your daily conversations and writing. The more you use them, the more natural it will become, and happy learning. Let's move on to the word the E. It's known as the definite article in English grammar. This small word plays a big role in our sentences. We use the before specific nouns, which means it helps us talk about particular things that both the speaker and the listener are aware of. These are nouns that we already know about or have mentioned before. It helps to specify and clarify our communication. For example, imagine you see a dog in a park for the first time. You might say, "Look, a dog," because it's new information. You use a because it's the first time you're mentioning the dog. It's an indefinite article, meaning any dog, not a specific one. Later, if you see the same dog again, you would say, "Look, the dog is back." Now you use the because it's a specific dog you both know. You can also say the dog is barking because now the dog is a known entity to both you and the person you're speaking to. We also use the when there is only one of something, like the sun or the moon. These are unique items, so we use the to refer to them. Additionally, we use the for superlatives such as the tallest building or the best movie. It helps to single out the highest degree of something. The is also used when giving directions or talking about specific locations. For instance, the bank, the school, or the park. In written and spoken English, the is crucial for clarity. It helps readers and listeners understand exactly what is being referred to. When writing essays or reports, using the correctly can make your writing more precise and professional. It shows attention to detail. In conversations, using the appropriately helps in making your speech clear and understandable. It ensures that everyone is on the same page. Whether you're giving a presentation, writing a paper, or just chatting with friends, mastering the use of the can greatly improve your communication skills. So remember, the is a small word with a big impact. Use it wisely to make your language clear and specific. Sometimes we don't use articles at all. This is called the zero article. We don't use articles with plural nouns when talking generally. For example, we say, "Cats like to play." We're talking about all cats, not specific cats. We also don't use articles with uncountable nouns like water or happiness. Finally, we don't use articles before proper nouns like names of people or places. For example, we say John and London, not the John or the London. Section 5. Tricky situations and exceptions. In this section, we will delve into some of the more challenging aspects of English grammar and usage. These are the tricky situations and exceptions that often trip up even the most seasoned learners. But don't worry, we'll break them down and make them easier to understand. English wouldn't be English without some tricky bits. It's a language full of quirks and idiosyncrasies that can be both fascinating and frustrating. These tricky bits are what give English its unique character and charm. They can also be a source of confusion, but with a little patience and practice you can master them. There are some special cases for articles. Articles are small words, but they play a big role in English. They help us specify and clarify the nouns we are talking about. However, their usage is not always straightforward. There are rules, but there are also exceptions to those rules. Let's explore some of these special cases. For example, we use the with names of rivers, oceans, and mountain ranges, like the Amazon River. This is because these are unique geographical features. The article the helps to specify that we are talking about a particular river, ocean, or mountain range. So, we say the Amazon River, the Pacific Ocean, and the Rocky Mountains. But we don't usually use the with names of countries or continents unless they're plural, like the United States. This is because countries and continents are considered to be unique entities in themselves. However, when a country's name is plural, we use the to indicate that it is made up of multiple parts. For example, we say the United States, the Netherlands, and the Philippines. Don't worry too much if these seem confusing. It's perfectly normal to find these exceptions challenging at first. The key is to keep practicing and to expose yourself to as much English as possible. Over time, these rules and exceptions will start to feel more natural. The more you read and listen to English, the more natural these exceptions will become. Reading books, listening to podcasts, and watching movies in English are all great ways to immerse yourself in the language. The more you engage with English, the more familiar you will become with its quirks and exceptions. Just remember, practice is key. Consistent practice will help you internalize these rules and exceptions. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are a natural part of the learning process. Keep practicing, stay curious, and enjoy the journey of mastering English. Section 6. Pronunciation tips for clear communication. Pronunciation matters too. The way we pronounce articles can change depending on the sound that comes after. We say a before consonant sounds and a before vowel sounds. This makes speaking smoother. Pay attention to how native speakers pronounce articles. This will help you sound more natural. Section 7. Common mistakes to avoid. Even advanced learners make mistakes with articles. One common mistake is using the when we should use a or an. For example, saying the cat when it's the first time we're mentioning it. Another mistake is using articles with uncountable nouns. Remember, we don't say the water when we're talking about water in general. By being aware of these common errors, you can avoid them and improve your English accuracy. Section 8. Practice makes perfect. The best way to master articles is to practice. Try these exercises. 1. Fill in the blank with a, an, or the I ate apple for breakfast. 2. Correct the sentence. The happiness is important for a healthy life. 3. Write a short paragraph using a, an, and the correctly. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Section 9. Conclusion. Mastering articles for fluency. Congratulations! You've learned about articles in English. You now understand the difference between a, an, and the. You know when to use them and when to leave them out. Remember, even native speakers make mistakes sometimes. The important thing is to keep practicing and learning. With time and effort, you'll master articles and speak English with greater fluency and accuracy. Keep up the great work.